Hey everyone, it's Mindy from the OG Sports Network coming to you live with a hot capper update with Mark Eubanks. We'll be going over his college basketball play. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at what the OGs are up to. Just get yourself over to ogcappers.com. You can find them over here. And you can see Mark. There he is in college basketball. Been getting it done, 22-13. Also looks like he's had a nice week in the NHL, sitting at 6-3, and in the NBA, 29-16. So Mark continues to go ahead and get it done for us. All you got to do is click on your favorite capper, which is Mark. Go ahead and purchase one of his pick packages, and then of course use the promo code OG20 to save you 20%. And all of our pick packages are profit guaranteed, meaning that if our I'm terrible at this, Mark. I'm terrible. But if our capper doesn't turn a profit, you get credits back to your account because we want to make sure that you have a good experience here. But let's bring him in. Hey, I'll get the controls down eventually. I'll do it eventually.
Hi.
I'll get it. I promise. So how's things been going? I see you're wearing an Illinois sweatshirt.
Oh yeah. I'm still representing after the disappointing loss today, but
right. I mean, I thought this was actually going to be their spot, right? I mean, being favorites at home, it looked like the perfect spot for them. Hung in there forever, and then just wound up losing by 7 there, at the end or whatever.
Hopefully they make a better run in the tournament.
Well, yeah, I mean, they have no choice.
Exactly.
And we're going to look at another possible tourney team here. So, Mark, you're going to go over and give us the winner here in this Indiana versus Minnesota game. Now, Minnesota, they need this win to have a shot at the tourney. Indiana, pretty much all but out. They would have to win the conference tournament. I don't think that will happen. But, it's one of those that, stranger things have happened, right? Minnesota looks pretty good on paper here, sitting at -5.5. Total is 149.5. So give us the breakdown here on this one.
Minnesota is, like you said, it's a -5.5 home favorite. I like Minnesota in this matchup today. Some of the reasons I like Minnesota is they have a slight advantage from the field, shooting 54.5% compared to Indiana's 52.7, which it's not a big, advantage, but it's a slight one.
Yeah, right.
Minnesota is also shooting better from the free throw line at 69.1% compared to Indiana's 63.6%. So those extra free buckets at the end of the game, they definitely mean something. So, but what did it for me was Minnesota is number 1 in the league in ATS spreads.
See, we like teams that make us money.
Exactly. And Minnesota also has a revenge factor as they lost to Indiana by 12 on January 12th. So I'll give you some numbers of how Minnesota is doing against the spread.
Okay.
So Minnesota at home this season is 17-2, 90%.
I'll take that.
Yeah, and all season long they are 24-5 at 82.8%. That's ATS all season long. That's 4 out of 5 you're making money on Minnesota. So,
and I like to make money, right?
Exactly. Me too. But I'll give you Indiana's ATS record also. It's 13-15 for 46.4%.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, they're not making any money. So field goal percentage, free throw percentage, revenge factor, and Minnesota number 1 in college basketball against the spread. I think we got a winner tonight.
Geez, it sure sounds like it. And, that's kind of what happened is that I was surprised in that last game because if you just looked at the free throws when, Indiana smoked them by 12, they shot like under 50% that game. And that was so unlike them, especially when you're pointing out those numbers, because That's one of those things I was going to ask you. Like, is revenge one of those things that we should take into consideration, when we're handicapping?
I think so. I think it's more important when you have a game like this and they look at how they've done against Indiana all year, and they need this game to
Right.
actually have a shot at getting in the tournament. This game is circled on their calendar, so
Right.
I guarantee you the revenge comes in effect along with the tournament. So I think it's a motivation spot for Minnesota.
All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to work my magic here with the controls that I'm so good at. And we're going to go back and look at, excuse me, we're going to look at Scotch's numbers here. So, Mark, tell us what you have today over at the site.
Today I have a $15 best bet in BYU and Iowa State.
Ooh, I see that. That's an interesting matchup, don't you think? Because
It's
it's
very
one of those things like, BYU, what did they just like trounce Oklahoma?
mm,
But then it was like Iowa State is something like crazy 17-0 at home or something. Those numbers are pretty darn wild. But yeah, so if you go down to Mark's all capper page here, you can see that he has all of his plays. You can purchase them a la carte. You see them for only $19. You also can buy his 3-day, or what he has here for special is his guaranteed best bet. So all you got to do is click the buy now button on there and you proceed to checkout. And then you just use the promo code OG20 to save you 20%. So you can get Mark's very best play for only $12 today. And again, we know that Mark has been super hot, right? 6-3 in the NHL, 29-16 in the NBA. And then tell us again what that college basketball number was.
I think it was somewhere around
22-13.
22 and 13. Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is also a quiz show all at the same time that we're predicting sports. All right,
Yeah.
Mark. Hey, I appreciate your time. Again, we always look forward to your hot capper picks. You guys make sure you like and subscribe. Click on the bell to get the latest notifications because you never want to miss out when we go live with all of these awesome picks. Appreciate everyone's time. We'll see you guys later. Bye
See ya. Bye.
bye. I cut you off.
That's okay.